The NPP has the best candidate in the race, in the four-person of Bawumia, the most outstanding vice president in the history of our country. Honest man, a man of so do a God of it to look about now and that's it. I will meet another Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, brilliant banker, and the Wamba politics more about this time with the governor several times over. Naminya Ghana NPP before, I don't want Frank said this 2008. Now because there is a person ban of the coming home. We are quite canceling because we have NPP one who are actually abroad or my cost. Oppresso. Na 2008, aya kakadi so ayewu. Na ko so no 2012 is so na 2016 ele be kwame mai. Now 8 years in opposition, 8 years in government. This man is now well prepared to be the next president of the world. What is your experience? If you are already a one term, the only one-term president in the Fourth Republic. That's all experience. But if your experience is the experience of failure, what is the use of that experience to the people of Ghana? If your experience is the experience of failure, what use is that to the people of Ghana? And you must take your Misramo, Memendabay, Bobiadi hymno, Yakubosa, any final my Ukudu Damwadi and the Katabu Sawansa, Ubre Katabua, Aswa. Number 3, number 4, number 5, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10, number 1, that's one. That's one issue. Looking about the answer. Now the issue of parliament. About going out opposition speaker, officer or hard of parliament. One, Misramo, we are just out of following NPP parliamentary candidates. What is the tomorrow? One parliament. Ghana, on Saturday, we're going to be voting about the future development of our country. The Baba and the fact that no the bill so about the cow, that's the person we're looking for. Somebody who has a program for the future of our country. Somebody who understands what are the geopolitics and the strategies of this 21st century. The biggest task before every country in the world is how to master the fourth industrial revolution. The first industrial revolution, we in Africa, we missed out. On the contrary, we were a victim. We missed out the second. We missed out the third. We cannot afford to miss the fourth industrial revolution. And God has gifted us, Ghana, a leader who understands what it takes to succeed with the fourth industrial revolution. We have a man who has a clear idea of how digital technology, artificial intelligence is going to help us lead our development forward. We should not miss this opportunity. We should not miss this opportunity. We should not miss, especially you, the young people whom I see so many of you before us. We are looking for somebody who has a clear plan for our country. Or somebody is going to come and talk to us about the 24-hour economy. When you ask him, what does it mean? Oh, I say it's voluntary. It's voluntary. What's the government policy? It's voluntary. What do you do that? Government policy. It's voluntary. But where's your policy? Where's your policy? Everyone needs to be a BBC show. All I was saying that 24-hour. Let me to Michelle, sir. 4 solid years in our country. You couldn't keep the lights on for 12 hours a day. How are you going to guarantee us a 24-hour economy when you couldn't keep the lights on for 12 hours a day? Go back to the I convert. I don't go back to the where everybody is more than where everybody is more than it is the development of our country which is at stake. These last 8 years, we have seen some unprecedented developments in our country. The expansion of our infrastructure in all areas. Road infrastructure, educational infrastructure, our health infrastructure, our IT infrastructure. We're seeing amazing leaps. And all these achievements that were done under my government, beside me, on my right hand, was Mahamadou Bawumia, who enabled us to make these achievements. Free senior high school boys. Some people said we couldn't do it. We needed 12.
We need to add this one.
We needed 20 years before we could have free senior high school. Today, 5.7 million young Ghanaians have benefited from the policy. When I came, the school population was 800,000 in senior secondary school. Today, it's 1.6 million in senior. We have doubled the number of young people who are going to school. Not only have we broadened the access, we have also improved the quality. Last year, the waxy results of the senior high school students in Ghana were the best in the history of the examination. The best. We have a political leader whose concept of policy is reviewing and cancelling, reviewing and cancelling. Reviewing policy is not policy. Cancelling policy is not policy. Policy is a positive statement of what you are going to do, not what you are going to cancel, not what you are going to review. But we know one thing. This man's hostility to the free senior high school concept has been consistent right from the beginning up to today. And we know that if we make the mistake of giving him power, that policy is going to be cancelled. Are we prepared to see this? Are we prepared to see that policy being cancelled in Ghana? In the same way, the expansion of our health infrastructure, when we unveiled the policy of Agenda 111, we said, oh, it was your friend said, okay, said, I said, what do you do that? Only people party, money, any Yezu, and then you know Asante our western region, our Hanta West. The first three, Agenda 111 hospitals, and three. And they are coming. If you all baby and son at 7 December, the meeting here, the minister, Muhammadu Bawumia, Oba, the So across the length and breadth of our country and of our society and economy, the things that we have done to reshape the future of our country, those things will be at risk if we don't make the right decision tomorrow on Saturday in Ghana. Fellow Ghanaians are back. The third thing I want to say tonight, Miss Ramo, Bobia, and for about to embassy million India bro. Obia, that show me ding, a world right to vote, Miss Ramo, Munina, Namu Poto Mwaba, Namu Tuabaruso, and Muhammadu Bawumia. Maybe the castle by me. I did about poetry and rats. About Rahu Bigray. Now, and then the social media was some and about the casa. Now, so Sassy, Malcolm was a madame. Me and the young man penny, and give a cassette, okay, and our woman will not see a Ghana. There's a priest who is a close, intimate partner, colleague of John D. Mahama. Yesterday, he asked the people of Ghana that we should not vote for Bawumia because Bawumia is a Muslim. I'm amazed. I'm amazed at a man of God who's supposed to be tolerant and love all humanity can make such a statement. I take it to be a sign of the desperation in the quarters of the NDC that now they're resorting to religious provocation to be able to get their candidate. The catch yourself for so only papa bika emma do penwa ma onfa ntatani pepe mo eba we mo Ghana your temper we don't want any divisions of ethnic or religious ground. First no, that needs to go to yeah. Narrow party, Akam party. Mahama Chakata Bawumia, Tony Bekasa, Obeto NPP can be me and Salo to me na Kasa. So he said NPP for FM Mamada. It's all his me, or your friend me. Now, and now. Yadi semi ni kwemeni ababa yekendi ni tisa Mahama kase onana mona ndumbo mama akanisa na niegu otumika akanisa na niegu otumika and someone fata yen pesa obia di papa mu the ball man we see what is happening in our neighbor. What divisions, religious divisions are provoking are all around us. We have lived in harmony. All the religions of Ghana have lived in harmony in this country. Mosque, church, imam, priest, all of us have lived in harmony in this country. We don't want anybody to come to disturb the harmony and the community that exists in our country. That is not the way forward. I know, but very rarely does John Mahama respond to me. But today, I'm going to ask him a simple question. Is he going to repudiate what the priest said? Or does he agree with what the priest said? He should let the people of Ghana know whether or not he agrees with what this priest said or whether he opposes it. If he opposes it, which he should, if he's a Ghanaian statesman is what he seems to be, he should come. I've been trouble about the Libya. I've been on my transfer. About the transfer. The Samo. The upward trajectory of our country, our economy, after all the difficulties we have been through, today is in a much stronger position than it was when Mahama was in office. Our economy today is in a much stronger position. The rate of growth that we have today is much stronger than anything that took place in Mahama's time. So we are on an upward trajectory. Don't let us elect people who are going to send us back to difficulty.
Wow. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, First Lady, Your Excellency, the former President of the Republic of Ghana, Vice President, my running mate, Apu and his beautiful wife, all protocol observed. Kukudu! I want to thank God Almighty for this day and for the signal of the showers of blessing. I have been on the campaign trail pretty much for the last year. I have visited 276 constituencies across the country. I have met with a broad representation of the people. I've met the chiefs, I've met the pastors, I've met the imams, I've met the Zungu chiefs as well. I have met the artisans, I have met the nurses and doctors, the disabled, all across. And I have received a lot of advice from them. And I am very grateful and a lot of support. What I can tell you, my campaign tours across all the 270 is that in the presidential election, and we will win the parliamentary majority. Because of the good work that we have done as a party. I want to thank God because I am standing on the shoulders of great men. I want you to give a standing ovation to these great men, former President Prez Akufo and President Nana Akufo Addo. These are our two presidents we have produced as the new patriotic party, and they have performed marvelously. I am standing on their shoulders, and I hope to benefit from all that they have done and their advice also going forward. They can say, opinion me fear, Jay. And I am lucky to have two opinions who are going to advise me. Today, the reason why we are going to win this election These are our two presidents we have produced as the new patriotic party, and they have performed marvelously. I am standing on their shoulders, and I hope to benefit from all that they have done and their advice also going forward. They can say, opinion me fear, Jimmy. And I am lucky to have two opinions who are going to advise me. The reason why we are going to win this election, NPP, the work that we have done is underpinned by a mindset of possibilities. We believe in possibilities. We believe it is possible to transform this country into an advanced nation. And we have been living by this. Not many people thought it was possible to do national health insurance, but Prez Akufo Addo did it. Not many people thought we could do free maternal care, but Prez Akufo Addo did it. Not many people thought we could do school feeding, but Prez Akufo Addo did it. This is about possibilities and a mindset of possibilities. When my opponent came into office, can you remember one policy, that initiative that we implemented in 8 years? 8 years. What did he implement? Was it Dumso or was it a confirm? He could not come out with any policy initiative affecting the whole country. One initiative. So the choice is simple. Are we going into the future with a mindset of possibilities, or are we going into the past with a mindset of Nkoko Ikiti? And sometimes it is important to remind ourselves, because we are a problem-solving government. And Macroeconomic Addo over the last 8 years has demonstrated this superbly. We have been solving problems. When we came into office and many people could not send their children to senior high school, we said free senior high school education for everyone. We have solved that problem. 5.7 million children are going. But what is even more important, when we came into office, there were more boys than girls in senior high school. For every 100 boys, we had 68 girls. Today, there are more girls than boys in senior high school. And as the president said, their performance has dramatically increased. The core 6 subjects of WACC, the pass rate in 2016 was 24%. Last year it was 64%. And the top 3 students in the whole of West Africa in the WACC exam last year, number 1, number 2, number 3, all came from Ghana. All came from Ghana. I therefore was not surprised, but I was pleasantly surprised when the data ranking the 54 African countries by quality of education. There were 54 countries. 2 weeks ago, the data came out. Ghana is number 2 in the whole of Africa in terms of quality of education. Number 2 in the whole of Africa. Tunisia is number 1. Ghana is number 2 in the whole of Africa. Children, we have not left it at free SHS. We've brought free technical and vocational education. We have invested 6 billion Ghana cedis over the last 7 years in technical and vocational education, the highest of any government since independence. We have restored the teacher training allowances that were cancelled. We have restored the nursing training allowances that were cancelled. In the area of healthcare, we have seen dramatic improvement, major investment in health infrastructure, hospitals. We are seeing major hospitals that we are working on, even excluding Agenda 111. And the president has started commissioning the Agenda 111, and I will continue to commission them all the way into next year. There is no government in the history of Ghana that has invested more in health infrastructure than the Akufo Addo Bawumia government. No government. None. When we came into office, Ghana had just 37 ambulances, the whole of Ghana, and we said one constituency, one ambulance. Today we have 307 ambulances in the National Ambulance Service. We had major problems with the National Health Insurance. It was collapsing. It was reverting to cash and carry. We have paid most of their debts, and diseases that were not covered under National Health Insurance, we have brought them in. Childhood cancer is now covered by National Health Insurance. Sickle cell disease, the drug hydroxyurea, is now covered by National Health Insurance. And since December 1st, just a few days ago, Ghana is now providing free kidney dialysis under National Health Insurance. We have brought many initiatives to bear. We have issued the Ghana card. Prez Akufo passed the NIA Act in 2008. 8 years of the Mahama administration, they couldn't issue the Ghana card. And when we came into office, the president asked me to champion the issue of the Ghana card. And today we have issued the Ghana card to our citizens. We have done, when we came into office, Ghana did not have a working address system. You had to use landmarks by the tree, by the blue house for directions in many places. Today, we have implemented the digital property address system, and you can find anywhere in Ghana, any location in Ghana. Ghana, our own Ghana, is the second country in the whole world to implement a digital property address system. We have solved a major problem. We have brought in mobile money interoperability. Today, Ghana has done something no other African country has done. We have made our domestic payment system totally interoperable. Your Momo account today is working like a bank account. When I said that with Momo interoperability, everybody will have a bank account, my opponents never understood it. They talked about brick and mortar bank account. I'm talking about digital bank accounts. Digital bank accounts. Today, with what we have done with mobile money interoperability, in the whole of Africa, It is only Ghana that has complete domestic payments interoperability. Only Ghana. And we have 100% access to financial inclusion. Today, we have brought drones to help in the delivery of medical services. Blood to help in the delivery of vaccines and drugs. And today, our drones, we have 6 centers for medical drones, and they are delivering medicines to 2,700 hospitals and health facilities across Ghana. Today, Ghana, our own Ghana, is the whole world, the leading medical drone delivery service in the whole world. The whole world. We are leading. In the area of agriculture, we came up with the Planting for Food and Jobs program. The Planting for Food and Jobs program is one of the most successful agricultural programs that we have implemented in this country. We have more than doubled the rate of growth in agriculture, and we have increased food security in Ghana. We see the whole of Africa. We have 54 countries. The countries with the most food security, or if you rank the countries by food security, Ghana is number 3 in Africa, and out of the 54 countries, number 3 in Africa in terms of food security. South Africa is number 1, Kenya is number 2, and Ghana is number 3. It shows that we have done something right. When you come to the macroeconomy, what is clear is that notwithstanding the challenges we've had, we have performed better than the government of John Dramani Mahama. Across, we have grown the economy more than him. Overall GDP growth is higher. Agricultural growth under us is higher. Industrial growth is higher. If you look at the budget deficit, ours is lower. You look at the primary balance, ours is lower. You look at gross international reserves, ours is higher. You look at exchange rate depreciation, ours is lower. Ours is lower. Sometimes they don't even understand the data. Do the math and you see that notwithstanding the problems we've had in the global economy, and our exchange rate depreciation at 72% over 8 years is lower than your 74% over 8 years. So we have created more jobs than he has. He was creating unemployment. We are creating jobs. We have kept the lights on. So when it comes to the macro economy, it is night and day. We have done better across. Then when you look at infrastructure, we have done almost too much, isn't it? We have done more roads than his government, isn't it? We have built more airports than his government, more interchanges than his government, more hospitals than his government, more schools than his government, more courts than his government, more fish landing sites than his government, more public libraries than his government, more fiber optic cable than his government, more sanitation facilities than his government, more zongo infrastructure than his government, more infrastructure for the military, the navy, and the army, and the police than his government. So there's not one area, in infrastructure, that he can compete with us. Not one, across all the sectors. The data is clear. So when he said the performance of his government was better than ours, I said to him, if you believe that, then come for a debate, one-on-one. Let us show whether it's the case or not. Come for a debate. Come for a debate. When you come for a debate, you cannot come and say, hey, Yesu, and go away. I'll pin you down with the facts and data. I'll pin you down with the facts and data. I will pin you down. When I told him to come, Osuro, Ojani to some kukon kiti, Ojani. So, on what basis does John Mahama want to come back? What is the basis? You cannot say you've done better in education, not in healthcare, not in agriculture, not in infrastructure, not in digitalization. Maybe you have done better in Dumso, I confirm, and then Kokon, that's it. The government to move away from a dependence on oil and gas to solar power. We are going to bring down the cost of electricity by 50%, and we are going to do it by moving to solar power. We are going to move to electric vehicles in public transportation. We have started to do the pilot. By moving to electric vehicles, we are going to bring down the cost of public transport by 50% to everybody. We are bringing down the cost of public transport. We are going to leverage the private sector of this economy to create jobs. The private sector holds the key to our wealth creation and prosperity. I am going to make sure that at least 3% of GDP, that is 30 billion Ghana cedis, is ceded to the private sector from the public sector to create jobs for our economy. I am going to bring a flat tax regime to Ghana. A flat tax regime for our imports, a flat tax regime for our incomes, and that will make it very, very easy for tax collection and understanding compliance and so on. So Ghana will have, by the grace of God, a flat tax regime next year. To make sure we all start on a clean slate, I'm bringing in a tax amnesty for all businesses and individuals next year so that we move. The transformation of this country cannot be done without railway infrastructure. We, in the first 8 years, we have been focusing a lot on our roads. I am going to bring in the required investment to build our railway infrastructure. Accra, Kumasi, Paga, Kumasi, Takoradi, Ejisu, Eduade, Awasu, Ninahene, Eduade. We are going to do all those railways, the great jobs for this country. We are also going to enter into the decade of housing. We are going to address the decade of housing. We are going to build houses just like Singapore did with private sector capital. And I'm going to move. Look, let me tell you one thing. State Housing Corporation, during President Mahama's term of office, state housing, they built only 12 houses. 12. During our term, we have built over 1,000 houses in state housing. When you go to Tema Development Corporation, TDC, During Mohammed's period, they built 0 housing. 0. During our period, TDC has built over 1,000 houses. So, when I tell you that we are going to go into a decade of housing, I know what I'm talking about. We are going to go into a decade of housing to leverage on the private sector to build housing. And housing means jobs, carpenters, masons, electricians, plumbers, windows people, roofers, a lot of jobs to all our people. So we are in the digital world, and I want to provide the youth digital skills. I want to train at least 1 million youth of Ghana in digital skills. They can stay here in Ghana, work in America, work in Canada, work in Singapore, work in the UK, work in Australia, right from here in Ghana. We are in the digital world. You will get digital skills. Jamai, we have many policies that we have put in our manifesto. Of course, I cannot put all of them out here tonight, but I have been talking about them. One key policy is the credit scoring system. The credit scoring system. We are going to change Ghana with this credit scoring system. Today, if you finish school, you are working, everything you have to buy is cash. Everything is cash. We have introduced a credit scoring system, and very soon we will be buying things from next year and be paying small, and everybody will see an increase in their standard of living. This is a major policy that we are bringing. We are also going to see, as we go forward, under my government, all persons with disability will go for university and tertiary education for free. All persons with disability will go for tertiary education for free under my government. We are going to transform this country, move it to another level. As we go on Saturday to make the choice is between the former president who represents the past and myself. You should ask yourself, who can better unite this country? Who can better unite the diversity of this country? Who can bring innovative ideas to propel Ghana into the 4th Industrial Revolution? Who has the integrity to fight corruption in this country? Who has the integrity to fight corruption in this country? Who has the compassion for the disabled, for the vulnerable, for the sick in our society? Who cares about the needy? Who can protect free senior high school education? Who can protect free SHS? Who can protect teacher training allowances? Who can protect nursing training allowances? Who can bring more development to our Zongo communities? You should mull all these questions and ask yourself, who will work very hard and selflessly for the people of Ghana? Who will work very hard and selflessly for the people of Ghana? Who can protect our natural resources? Who can protect our natural resources? If you ask yourselves all these questions, there's only one answer, and that answer is number one. Is number one. Is number one. Is number one. That answer is clearly Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And that answer is clearly the NPP parliamentary candidates in all our constituencies. Number one. Chawai, I don't need a honeymoon. I don't need a honeymoon. I know what I want to do from day one in the presidency. Give me the chance to transform this nation. I have my own vision. I have my own vision. I have my own ideas. I'm going to build on our splendid record and transform Ghana and propel Ghana and unleash the forces of the private sector in Ghana to bring in the investment to transform this country. So it's number one. 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 It's number one. Trouble. I'm busy. Tinabai, Mia Panganga, Molaya Zayina, Asibradari, Katuvoti, Elvoti number one, NT, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the NPP Jintoro, Bamba constituency Maza. Iya Namazada Matajama, Salamu Alaikum. Naso, Lan Asibra, Kufita, Kuzo, Kuvote, Kubai, Dr. Bawumia, number one. Number one, Mr. Obia said, Yamba police station, Miminda, Nayan to Apanu boom, and man number one.
Ghana, the elephant is rally for election 2024. The same rally when you are putting the possibilities victory rally.
Wedding by bonuses, yeah. Wedding by Baba and Mame, now Pampana at the election. At the end of the year, na Saturday, na Kotua Bala.
Onyamia upo so ni asase Ishranka wudi Yadawa si erade se watwe yeso ama ene achiye Yabompa yese memenda ebe Erade peja humuni eni kunem Erade peja humuma NPP amano koni kunem Erade peja humu Nadini na yepaya Yaja seja ene kabia Yaja saudi konkono enyonyam Amen 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 Yada masio Nyamisha mwenena Nyamisha mwenena Nyamisha mwenena Yada masi Yada masi Yada masi
Ghana, the elephant is calling. Get ready for the biggest and the final rally for election 2024. Now, say rally where you say the possibilities victory rally. Matthew 19:26. But with God, all things are possible. Ebaso Yawada, December 5, 2024. Time 1 p.m. sharp. Venue
Menu Macroeconomic asempa kania. Se menam na meti asempa no ma mo amane a na ma no keka me. Anyam bia what ANS Trading Agency Limited nka. Se wo ka se door to door for no de ani watwa. Esanse obi ne wa wo se wo wo sa door to door business nim. Wo nneoma wo UK a wo de kɔ Ghana. Ana se Germany a wo de kɔ Ghana. 3 to 5 weeks e bekɔ akodu nipa ne pono anu se try. Na de mo mo demonstration ko wo se adwuma de ewe mu ne se.
Yo, Entabusia, so far so good. I have say NPP or a possibilities victory rally 2024 no. And omdi nyina AC His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. What the name Samuel Guhos also ne penny a wo bedi na de His Excellency Nana Akufo Addo. Wadi kan abeka said the dance afa His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia ho akyere mu se ehia se e wo se Ghana for to aba Emma Yira Bawumia fi se on the ogidi se wono any the best man for Ghana obetimi de Ghana akɔbɔ sha asase no so abusua na yenko YouTube na yenko hwe omanfo comment ahodo a wom de aba na yenkan bi emfama mo ha Ghana News TV so medin ene nana sefa hunibobo abusua His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. It is possible, the possibility man ena ene de womo rally no aba awie ye no na yenye fast na yemfa comment ni bi ansa kra ansa na ye di media ni
Kudu Ghana
ansa na ye di dwumadi ni nyina aba na wie ya ma menko YouTube na menhwe comment ni bi ewo ho emfa mawo hi Ghana News TV so message us any day kan waba ohwe me na wa subscribe na wa share video yi e de amame na comment no de buruja but I will try as much as I can na makan e de amawa mame nko ha Kwame Jemfi said rational Ghanaians will vote for NPP. They say okay for NPP the same way economists okay why they nimunda ho enti we the mesra wa na mesan kan bio menkan Eric lecture say unfortunate obrofo no nse da nya me do Naiza Shaibu said it is highly possible 100% number one and Janet entry said it's possible Sanso and Shady by VIA say NDC such a visionless party. Let's go. It is possible and or the elephant at all. Sanso and Nana Tiwa say NPP all the way. And you know Nana Tiwa say NPP all the way and Eben Eden Herbal Chemist say I'm selling my tomb. And then someone na meneno wo hwe video ya na say ajagreja aka say abato omre no so a nsamanfo nyina beba abeto abanti no we mbacho we samaya na misre wo this is just a question misre wa ya samaya mbacho mi hu ana samaya kwadwo misre wa mi hu asemu a wokan dia no hye ana o thumb na wo ka ho asemu ana sorry unsako kromoti okay unsako kromoti na aka ho asem no fache me the way I throw no I say tumb and na ma me kind sa no who is ready Abraham Azure say NPP all the way number 1 and what Troy and Kofi say all these status NDC people here on the platform plus the drunk what my main skip it. Don't understand. And Stephen Yabua say Mahamba NDC by C next 4 years. McBen Amwako say it is possible. And Ajua Mensa say it is possible. Kofi say okay, Kofi say Medika can hold the end dantino. Mamin jumping go Kwame Jemfi. So Kwame Jemfi say forward ever, people backwards never. And Rina yɛboa sɛ 8 nwɔtwe saa yɛde nka yɛde kɔnsɛm akasa mu a ɛbɛyɛ den o ɛna kwabena wusu sɛ it is possible to win ɛna ɔdɔnkɔ Emmanuel nso sɛ it is possible for us to win for us all abusua nti mesrel sɛ ne ndi kan ɔba ha ɔhwɛ ano subscribe ɛde ama Alfred Ofosu sɛ yes possible it is possible and then on as a audio ni hard drink akra na but you try a possible best say bitimi affixing ni na His Excellency Nana Akufo Addo ni full speech no abusua enche bia no a high definition version no won sabe kan sisia no anya hwe sanso na wakasa wie ya the it is possible man the technology man Bawumia Bawumia fast obeto aso a ono nso ne nsɛm wɔkan ne nyinaa ya twegu ahoma so a enche bia no ubenya saa video no na wahwe na busua ansa na mde ubesi a no meka wo sɛ uburo nya nneɛma na ɛwɔ sɛ fia brochi ba ne nyinaa no bomɔden anema ANS Trading Agency for Enfamrel enti kwan a ubefa so enie bomɔden na ɛfrɛ ANS Trading Agency ɔmo number egu screen so sesie a wo hwɛ no bomɔden na ɛfrɛ saa number no na ofra won beji nneɛma yi kama na wɔn de free abrochire de aba sɛ wo obi nso Ghana ha ohu watɔ nneɛma ama obi wɔ Ghana ha ana de ama obi sɛ ɔmfa mrewa na sɛ ɔtwetwe ne ho a menha ema ne ha frɛ ANS Trading Agency na wɔn nye nneɛma no ɛmfa mrew ɛwɔ baabi a wo no ɛmfa ho wiase afa na nyina baabi a wo UK na wo Germany na wo Italy ɛhe baabi a wɔn wɔ hɔ ɔmbɛgye de abrɛw yɛwɔ ne a yɛde fa wiem hyɛn a no 3 days na onsaka ɛna yɛwɔ ne yɛde fa esu hyɛn ɛyɛ ship a no nso edi na kakra na onsaka but ɛho ntɔkyema sɛ ne yɛte na wɔn de bɛbrɛw saa pɛpɛɛpɛ saa nso ɛna abexpress.com sɛ mo a mo yɛ Ghana fo a mo wa brochire wɔn Ghana fo a mo abrochire na mpɛ Ghana nneɛma atɔ a mo nya bi ntɔ no mo frɛ abexpress.com fo ana monko www.abexpress.com na ekoto saa nneɛma ni bi wɔ hɔ na ɔtɔ hɔ a baabi a wɔ biara no ɔmo be deliver de ama wo ewiase afa na nyina saa nso na sɛ ɔyɛ Ghana ni na woyɛ Ghana nneɛma na unya atɔfo a kɔ www.abexpress.com efi ntoma ya pam kente ya ahweneɛ korowa Vical 20 chocolate Ghana chocolate ahodoɔ papa yɛde hu yɛ ho bags a Ghana flags wɔ ho ne kente ne batakari enkuto ahweneɛ ahodoɔ ahenema no mu ne nneɛma a ɛyɛ ne Ghana ha ne nyinaa no kɔ www.abexpress.com a obenya bi atɔ ɛwɔ hɔ na baabi a wo wiase afa na nyinaa no be deliver e de ama saa nso ɛna sɛ ope Vical 20 atɔ anaasɛ ope kwa mixture atɔ a kwa plus atɔ a Salis GM Limited na ɛtɔ hɔ in fact sɛ wokɔ online now search Salis General Merchandise Limited a obenya omo oni omo ndinsa so baabi a wo bia na ombe send abrɛ by post na on saka busua me ntwa ho ne enye nkrato emra sisi a ne yeba afei ne ɛwɔ hɔ bia no me de abeto anim amoa hwɛ na enipa nwɔtwe arehosɛm baako a me de ba sisi yɛ nipa nwɔtwe no mato anananom wɔnse do a hantama mu na ɔmto asa anananom wɔnse do na ne yɛ ya ne sɛ obi nkwala ensia ɔho nkwala 9 nkwala 1 2 3 4 ɔmo maame ɔmo papa na ɔmo maame no na onyemontaa nti aye nipa nwɔtwe ɔmo maame nua eni ne kura twagya to mu ɔmo dan mu ahye ɔmo dwere be ama ɔmo ato ananam wɔnse do a ene na abusuafo esie ɔmo abusua mekɔ hɔ bi na videos a mefa free hɔ no enche bia me de bebrɛ amo anya bi ahwɛ na ansa na ne de yenkɔ na yenkotie sankrato imra sisia na yewie a ensɛm a His Excellency Nana Akufo Addo kan efa Bawumia ho ene Bawumia nso ankasa abegye ebefuru simpie gye akasa mu no nsɛm kan no ye de no nso abrɛwo
media let us say the more ababa abexpress.com abexpress.com the media ya de ho adwatɔfoɔ nneɛma nyinaa de aboaboa no ne de abɛgu abiexpress.com ɛdeɛ na wɔhwehwɛ firi Ghana anaa Africa ɛmpaboa anaasɛ atadeɛ kente papa bi na wɔpɛ na wɔde adaadaa wo ho wɔ party ase anaa biribi a wohwɛ biaa bra abiexpress.com yɛde yɛpaboa nneɛma no o yɛde brɛ wɔ kwa abiexpress.com yɛde yɛdie mu ahwenneɛ ɛdeɛ na wɔhwehwɛ wɔ Europe aburokyire anaa wɔ America Australia no hɔ ana wɔ anaa anaasɛ Asia na wotie baabi a wɔ bia nsuro koraa ɛno ne sɛ wobɔ abiexpress.com na deɛ wɔhwehwɛ no wo nsa bɛka abiexpress.com wei deɛ yɛdie mu o abiexpress.com wei deɛ papapa abiexpress.com yɛde Ghana ɛtoa wɔ aburokyire hɔ media na ɛte sɛ memɔkɔ ababa abiexpress.com abiexpress.com deɛ media yɛyɛ mu o adwatɔfoɔ nneɛma nyinaa de aboaboa no ne de abɛgu abiexpress.com ɛdeɛ na wɔhwehwɛ firi Ghana anaa Africa ɛmpaboa anaasɛ atadeɛ kente papa bi na wɔ
Menu makwekwe sa asempa kanea. Se menam na meti asempa no ma mo amane a na ma no keka me. Anyambia wate ANS Trading Agency Limited nka. Se wo ka se door to door for no de na e watwa. Esanse obie ne wa wo se wo sa door to door business nim. Wo nneoma wo UK a wo de kɔ Ghana. Ana se Germany a wo de kɔ Ghana. 3 to 5 weeks ebekwa kodu nipa ne pono no se try. Na de mo demu sronko wo se adwuma de ewe mu ne se wo mo bo no. Eda fom se bɔkɔ. ANS Trading Agency Limited. Ewo air freight special service. Ano nneoma ne yɛde bɛfa plane. Entintempa na akwa akodu. Obetima fa sa akwa we ya so de nneoma free Ghana akwa UK ana Germany. Efejiji dem, which na also agina ye. Na men drop bomb. ANS Trading Agency Limited pe and a 40 footer any 20 footer container. Yefe UK ediko Ghana ana Germany ediko Ghana. Omo manuoma yemre. Import o, export o. Them there for you. Omo Ghana na money 0249 170 423. UK has over free 0790 802 7527. Germany so 09173 771 2733. Ubenya ANS Trading Agency Limited. Our West Croydon ANS Trading Agency Limited. Quantum Brantem. Wana bebo ya baso. Maybe next time in your fill up from the bebro.